So how late did you guys wrap up?
We were, it was pushing 1 a.m., I think, before we got out of there.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Wow.
It's a long one, 4.5 hours.
There's been a couple of those. Like Sunday's game went forever.
Oh, my God. Sunday's game took forever. They have definitely slowed the pace down. You know, I mean, we go off on a tangent here, but there's no question. You know, the new commissioner is going to have to do something about it. It's an industry-wide concern. Most of the owners are behind. They got to figure out a way to speed up the play a little bit. But last night was one of those games, you know, extra innings, and then all of a sudden the two teams erupt for 11 runs or 10 runs in that 11th inning. So that's going to slow it down.
Have you ever seen that before?
It hasn't happened often. It's I think it's just the second time in 30 years the Red Sox scored that many runs in an extra inning. They scratch out a run, a couple of bunts, then Pedroia with a 2-run double, and all of a sudden the floodgates open. Napoli crushed one of the longest home runs I've seen in a long, long time, up into the fifth tier of seats up in Toronto there where Manny Ramirez used to hit him. And then Alan Craig hit a home run. They just kept going and going.
What is it about that ballpark? Have they ever? Because Ortiz loves hitting there. Pedroia went deep last night. Is there something about? I mean, because the roof was open, so it's not that.
I don't know. And I've talked to guys about it, but it's, I think in part because even with the roof open, it is such a big circular stadium. I think that there aren't a lot of air currents, so the ball kind of flies true. And the dimensions, it's not particularly deep, though it's not like a Fenway Park. Nothing's real short. It's a great question, but it's become one of the best hitters' ballpark in the game. In fact, you look around the American League East right now, Fenway's a hitter's ballpark. Camden Yards a great home run park. Yankee Stadium's got the short porch in right field, so it's a pretty good division to be a home run hitter.
I guess so. The only thing that disappointed me about the game, obviously it was past my bedtime, but the only thing that disappointed me about that would have been the chance for Brock Holt to pitch because he's played just about everything else.
Yeah, we're trying to get him. Steve Lyons once, my partner on the broadcast, when he was with the Chicago White Sox one season, he played all 9 positions, actually. Ended up catching in an emergency and then pitching in one of those things. So Holt, those are the only 2 he hasn't done yet. He hasn't caught and he hasn't pitched. So
Although
they ended up bringing in their third baseman last night in the 11th inning. So it happens.
So the Red Sox with a win, and the Joe Kelly is going tonight. Now he hasn't had a very good Boston experience yet, has he?
Well, it's really been 1 inning if you think about it. The numbers don't look good, but he had 2 nice starts on the road. Didn't get a win in either, but he pitched real well. And then he came back, and it was that one Houston game where he gave up the 6 or 7 runs in 1 inning. If you remember, that was the inning that Bogart should have had the double play to get him out of it. He didn't touch second base. They appeal. The inning keeps going. The guy hits a grand slam. Altuve hits a grand slam a little bit later. So that inning was bad. Last time out, he's pitching great Friday night. 5 shutout innings, but all of a sudden he grabs his shoulder, and 1 out later he's out of the game. He says he's fine. They said it was just a little something he felt, but we'll be watching close tonight because anytime, and I talked to him Saturday, he said he's never felt anything like that before. So you got to get a little bit concerned when a pitcher's saying his shoulder hurts or feeling tightness. So we're going to watch that tonight. Yeah.
Anything new on Ortiz, whether or not he'll be back tonight?
Yeah, they're telling me they hope he's back tonight. Obviously, they won't know until he's at the ballpark today. There were some kind of rogue reports on Monday that it was a broken foot and he'd be out for the season, but it's nothing like that. They assure me it's not a broken foot, but it was pretty swollen. So, it goes figure the way this season has gone. Sunday was the first time they had all 4 big boppers in the lineup: Ortiz, Cespedes, Napoli, and Craig. And then Ortiz gets hurt, and they haven't had all 4 together since.
And what was it? It was either you or it was Don Orsillo that was saying Ortiz was saying he has never felt that much pain from a foul ball. And he's dinged himself a number of times.
Absolutely. He's fouled them all over. That's a very rare. A lot of guys will foul off the instep or the ankle. That thing was just squared down on the top of his foot. And you think about how vulnerable that is. If you ever drop anything on your foot, how it swells right up and gets painful. And the day before, he'd gotten hit just above the elbow, if you remember, on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. So he got dinged up over the weekend, no question about it. But I know he's itching to get back in because he loves hitting in front of Cespedes. And ever since Cespedes got here, Ortiz has been on a tear, and there's no coincidence there. You got someone giving you a little protection, somebody they don't want to pitch to behind you. That helps.
Now, what is the situation? What is the contract situation with Cespedes? Do we have him next year?
Yeah, you got him under contract for next year, but that's it. He walks away after that if you don't come up with a deal. So, it's a little longer-term issue, but they've got him for next year. It's a guy who's going to command a lot of money, so that's going to be a tough signing. But, boy, I keep using the word comfortable. After about 7 days, he really looks comfortable now in a Red Sox uniform and in this lineup. He's got 20 RBI in 24 games since joining the team. His numbers... Yeah, he's driven in like 23% of the Red Sox offense since joining the team. I love the way this guy swings. And if you saw the last 3-4 games, really starting to use Fenway to his advantage, bashing him off the wall and over the wall. And he's an exciting hitter. It's been a while. The old David Manny combo was something you love to watch every night. It's starting to feel a little bit like that.
So I know we've been saying that a lot of guys are auditioning now for next year. Looking at this lineup, who do you think is? I would think Brock Holt has solidified his standing.
Yeah, you'd think that. The only thing with Brock Holt is it's hard to figure out where he's going to play. They just signed Rusney Castillo, the Cuban free agent, for $72.5 million, and he's a center fielder. Mm-hmm. So that kind of bumps Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts, and now puts Holt back on the sort of nomad route. Is he a third baseman? I mean, third baseman are usually guys with more power. Pretty good shortstop. He made a nice couple of plays the last couple of nights. Yeah. So unless you're trading Bogarts in the offseason, you've already got a shortstop of the future. He's going to be on this team, and they're going to use him a lot. But he's still going to be that sort of super utility guy where he's not really going to have a position. He's going to bounce around and be in a different spot every day. But there's no question, he has been the biggest bright spot of the season. The guy you expected nothing out of and has become one of your best hitters.
Right. Do you see Mike Napoli back?
Well, there's a log jam. I mean, it's not that they wouldn't like to have Napoli back, but somebody's probably got to go. If you've got Cespedes in the left and you've got Castillo now in center field, the new guy they signed, if Victor Reno's coming back in right, then Alan Craig's got to go somewhere. And if he's not in the outfield, he's at first base. And if he's at first base, then Napoli's got to go somewhere.
Right.
So, listen, they're going to make some trades. I mean, we always talk about Giancarlo Stanton in Miami. They're going to need to trade for a pitcher or two. So somebody's going to be moved here. It's just a question of who.
So this is kind of what Bill Belichick was facing with Logan Mankins, I guess.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody saw that coming, though. Did you? I mean,
no.
You talk to the guys around Foxborough. They were stunned yesterday, but they shouldn't be, right? We've seen it time and again. As go back to Lawyer Malloy, and that was the big shocking one to me back in the day. Right. So yeah, I mean, the one thing Belichick's always one step ahead, right? I mean, they've made these moves, and it's never ever hurt them. They always stay ahead of the game. So I guess in Bill we trust.
Yeah, Tom, thanks. We'll talk again next week.
All right, Pete. Thanks.